Hey there, fellow wet shavers. Brian here with the Wet Shave Experience. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Today's video we have 345 soaps open range. I have the matching splash. Those of you might want to look at the pour. There's the pour. This did come with the little guitar pick kind of scooper thing. This was sent to me as part of my subscription service on 345's website. I'm not sure if you buy it from a retailer, if you get that same guitar pick scooper thing, but I did as part of that. 345 does have a subscription service. You get a small discount for subscribing on it, and you usually get your set sent to you before it's released to the public. So a couple little bonuses there. If you're interested, I'll link 345's website in my description below, and you can check it out. They have different levels of subscription. There's no subscription fee, and there's no commitment time, so you can quit anytime or pause it or whatever. So it's kind of a cool thing that John came up with. So, and he did it actually to try to, I saw an interview with him, and the main reason he did it actually was to try to keep up on the soap. So by having the subscription service, he had a good idea of like a base level of soap that he needed to make so that he wasn't running out of soap and he wasn't worrying about making too much soap. So then he services and ships to his subscription members first, and then he ships to non-subscription members from his website and sends it out to his retailers. I'm not sure if Razor Company is the only one that sells 345, but Razor Company does have 345 as well, usually. So I think this releases today to the general public, so I'm going to use it today. I am going to use the Rex Envoy. I think I'm a little crooked. I'm going to try to fix that. Hopefully that works. I think that's better. Rex Envoy with a fourth use Astra SP blade on it, I should say. This is a beautiful razor, by the way. I like the weight on it, and the knurling on the handle is superb. So it's been a good razor for me to try so far. Again, thanks to Matt for loaning that out to me to try. This is the Simpson Trafalgar T3. It's synthetic brush, but it's a workhorse here in my den. And I am all lathered up in the Lancaster bowl, and I've been rewarded with a very large amount of lather in there. I scooped what I normally scoop, but I might have got a little bit of extra because the pour is not an even pour, so I scooped off one of these little mountains and maybe I got a little extra soap in there, I don't know. But I got a ton of lather in there. So I'm gonna wet the face and we'll get started here. Got my sink full of warm water. And so just wanted to say welcome to any new subscribers out there. We seem to be getting a few new ones each day or every couple of days, so that's great. Really exciting. I'm still working on my 500 subscriber giveaway. I've got some items that I've identified, and I got some things that are coming. So when I get that all put together, I will do an announcement about that. And I think my plan is to do a few giveaways and probably do them over a few days. And do it that way so that there are more winners. So that would be great, I think. And so I am getting that slowly set up. I'm finding this to be a very, very efficient razor. I'm noticing now using it multiple days in a row. Honestly, I'm not hearing a lot of feedback on the shave on the first pass because I think that it's cutting and there's hair there. But it's a pretty darn efficient razor, I feel like. I feel like I'm almost like cutting nothing right here on my sideburn area. But there is some growth there, but I would call this a pretty efficient razor, at least for my face and my beard growth and my use case. As CDB would say, my use case. So, all right, let's talk about the scent on this. So this is in the Trinity base. This is the camel, goat, and donkey milk. formula. The scent on this is lime. I feel like there's been a lot of lime scents lately, or scents that have had a lime note in them. And then cedar, tobacco, sage, ylang ylang, bay leaf, and vetiver. And that is your scent notes. So let's talk about scent strength. Overall scent strength is medium, medium plus-ish. I mean, 345 has always been known, to me anyways, to be on the medium to medium high side. So his scent strengths, John's scent strengths, are usually pretty adequate. And this is no exception. So the scent strength is there on the soap. I have not tried or opened the splash yet. The scent to me, is nice. To be honest, I'm not overwhelmed with it. It's a nice scent. My wife actually liked it. I asked her what she smelled, without giving her any of the scent notes. She said lemongrass, but I'm not sure I get lemongrass, but I can see maybe where she was trying to pick, or kind of picking that up. So the lime note is there. It's on the top for sure. It's not overly limey. You're not going to get a huge kick of lime. Kind of like Neon Sun, in the sense that although it's a totally different scent, I'm just saying that the lime is just resting on the top, and it's not real prominent. It's not like Sea Spice lime where it's just a lot of lime. So it's not particularly citrus, because I don't find that the lime is super prominent. So it's there, I can smell it, I can tell, but it's just kind of blended in. The cedar note, I get the woody. I don't really pick up any tobacco to my nose in this scent. I think I'm definitely picking up the sage. So I think to me, this is really, and then there's ylang ylang, which could have a florally note to it. I get a little bit of the floral in the background. And I've got a lot. I kind of pushed the water on this today too, a little bit more than usual. And then that kind of led to more volume. Get the lips off there. Soap off the lips. The bay leaf and the vetiver. So I think I'm picking up kind of the sage, bay, which kind of is complemented by the lime, and the vetiver, and it's more of an earthy vetiver. So to me, it's not across the grain. It's not as warm of a scent as like a general patent. So it's not a warm scent, and it's not as wood forward as like general patent. If you've tried that one or saw my shade with that a couple of days ago, I wouldn't call it fresh either. So it's just kind of in the middle there. I think it could be an all season type scent, because it's not overly bright and fresh, because the citrus to me and the lime is muted. But it's also not a dark woody scent either. That would be just like, well, I think I got myself on the chin right there. Look at that. It's probably because I got a little too comfortable with the razor, and that's what can happen if you're not paying attention. So anyways, it's a nice scent. It's not my top 3, 4, 5 scent. It's definitely, I wouldn't peg this as a fall winter scent either necessarily. But like I said, I think this scent could be used in many, many seasons and occasions. So if you kind of, and it was kind of, I mean, you can tell by the label, you know, open range, and it was talking about John's description, was talking about homesteaders and the range. And so I think he definitely kind of hit what he was going for there with the sage on the plains and homesteading and all that kind of stuff. So I definitely think he got kind of his image and a scent that kind of is reminiscent of what you might imagine when you hear open range. All right, so I've got a ton of lather. So I could have used a lot less soap. I got myself right there. I can feel it tingling. Trinity base is outstanding. You do get, I don't talk a lot about cost. I saved that for, there are other channels that talk more about cost. CDB does a great job with his cost chart. But you do get 5.8 ounces of soap. So it's a lot more than you get with a typical artisan soap pour these days. And I think it's 16 or 17 bucks, something like that. So in terms of value, if you're just talking, and there's a lot of ways to define value, but if you're just talking about price per ounce, which is not always indicative of value, because value, I think, is in the perception of each individual and what they value. But if you're talking about money and budget and just price per ounce, this is definitely in there with the mix as far as price per ounce value. And with like Sterling and Soap Commander and some of those artisans that are more, all make a great soap. And I think, in my opinion, what you get with the Trinity base for the price is, you know, definitely got myself right there, is pretty darn good. This would definitely probably be one of my top 5 bases. So obviously there you go, you know, pay attention. And I got a little bit too comfortable with the razor on cruise control there. And I got myself. And this is a little bit more, I don't know, I might have to reach out and see what the blade exposure on this is, if it's positive or negative, because the blade gap itself, I think as I mentioned yesterday, is only 0.64 millimeters, which puts it somewhere around the razor, you know, the razor rock and like probably a bunch of other blade razors that are considered more comfort razors, but I do get more blade feel out of this. So I don't know if it has positive blade exposure or not. That's not, they don't say that on the Rex website. They just give you the blade gap and then like the length of the handle and the weight of the razor. So, but I feel like it's a little bit more on the, it's not, I wouldn't say it's aggressive, right? So I was looking at the Blackland website, and they don't even give you a blade gap on there, but they do rate it a 7 out of 10 in terms of aggressiveness. So I'm guessing there might be positive blade exposure on that. Let's rinse the face. So first day of kindergarten today for my daughter. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a shave in today, but I did. So thanks for joining for today's shave. Let's get the splash on here. Yeah, look at all this lather I have left over. I mean, I just, boom, it's like an ice cream cone. All right, so let's open this up, see if we get any kind of different vibe off the splash. Sometimes you get a little bit different vibe off of a splash than a soap, just because the soap making process is harder on the soap, ingredient or the scent ingredients and the oils since you're heating it. Yeah, so I pick up more lime actually on the splash than on the soap. And I'll have to wait for the dry down and really kind of see to kind of judge it. But I feel like the splash is a little bit fresher, a little bit more lime, a little less sagey, if you will. But yeah, so I think I actually like the splash scent a little bit better than what I was getting out the soap and the tub. So there you have it, folks. 345's Open Range. This comes out today. I can't remember what time. I think it's on the 345 website. You might want to check the razor company as well. They usually have 345's drops there too. So thanks for tuning in today, folks, and we'll see you soon on the channel.